Yo, 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 what's up everybody? Welcome to the K&Si show. I am your Let's Player Black Win here, and I am continuing part 2 of the Shibuya Scramble Demo that I showcased on our channel here earlier. Looks like I'm probably going to be finishing it up here since we only have 2 characters to play. If you watch my other video, part 1, you saw me play as Kano, the detective. So now we're going to switch out to Achi Endo to see what we can do to get rid of that bad ending. So I just loaded up the game right now, and right now you can see the guide says you can select Achi Endo, one of the other protagonists, and let's follow his story for a little bit. So we'll pick him. Look at that, this awesome character select screen. Whoa, Achi, what's going on here, man? Nice back. Oh, okay. You gotta start the day out by having a nice little, you know, video of you putting your clothes on. Alright, let's start this up. Achi Endo called out at the door to his father's room. Okay, I'm heading out. Sure. His father sounded unconcerned. He didn't even open the door. Wow. Sure you don't want me to stay here in the shop? It's not like we're gonna get any customers. Achi grimaced. Wow. Yeah, I guess not. What kind of store they run? The drawer by the front door held a stack of heavy-duty trash bags. Achi pulled a few of them out. Guess it's gonna be that kind of day. What kind of day is it gonna be, Achi? He stuffed the trash bags into his pocket, then slipped on his favorite pair of sneakers. The entryway to Achi's home also led into the family's shop. Various pieces of electronics were piled up like so much junk in the tiny retail space. The slightest bump brought the risk of an avalanche. Okay. Achi wove his way through the gaps in the appliances like a spelunker exploring a cave. From Shibuya Station, if you make your way past the 109 building, then up through Dogenzaka, you'll come across an old shopping district. Nestled in its outskirts is Endo Electronics, in the same place it's been for decades. Oh, okay, they sell old electronics. Nice. Hey, people still have use for that. Within its dimly lit interior, you'll find rows of wares all caked in dust. At a glance, you might well assume the place was closed. A mom-and-pop place like Endo's couldn't compete with the big consumer chains booming throughout Shibuya. So far, the store had remained in business thanks to the locals who appreciated that they made house calls to do repairs. Cool. What's with the badass music? But things weren't looking good for the future. Achi, the eldest son and nominal successor to the business, had no interest whatsoever in working there. Achi stepped out of the shop and into the sunny morning air. The good weather lifted his spirits. Alrighty, time to do this. I don't know how a guy would say alrighty when he comes out. Is he Ace Ventura? Alrighty then. He unfurled one of the big garbage bags, which caught the wind and fluttered like a cape. Then he slowly made his way towards Shibuya Station, scanning his surroundings all the while. Jeez, this place is filthy. He paused to pick up a plastic bottle that had been tossed on the ground. Then, with a heavy sigh, he slipped the crushed receptacle into his trash bag. Aw, he's cleaning up the neighborhood. You're such a nice guy. He'd been picking up trash around town like this for about 6 months now. It had gotten so that the sort of garbage most people would hardly notice stood out to him like a sore thumb. Most days he's filled his trash bag to the top by the time he made it from his house in Dogenzaka to the train station. Today he was halfway to the station when a woman's anxious voice caught his attention. "I'm sorry. I'm in a bit of a hurry here." He looked up and saw a timid-looking woman being confronted by two men, one with brown hair, one with black. From the look of them, he guessed that the men were scouts for some hostess club. Ooh. He ran into this sort of thing pretty frequently on his trash cleaning walks around town. What a nice guy, just bringing a garbage bag and just walking through town and picking up trash on wherever he's going to. Another kind of trash to take care of. Ooh! Achi quickly interposed himself between the girl and the two recruiters. "Hey, can't you see that you're bothering her?" "Huh? Who the hell are you?" the two men glared. "Take a hike, pal." Achi stood his ground. "Look, she ain't interested. You're just gonna have to find some other mark." The hustler's annoyance turned to open rage. Well, listen to you. Got a bit of a mouth, huh, buddy? Look at his shirt. It says equal. It's equal-friendly, right? Look at him. I like that shirt. That's a good shirt. The brown-haired thug smacked his lips around his chewing gum like a dog worrying a bone. "How about we take this someplace more quiet, yeah?" Ooh, okay. What's this someplace more quiet? I want to learn what that is. What this means can depend on the person speaking. To a young woman, let's go someplace more quiet might suggest a cafe or a park, but to a street punk, it might mean an alley where passerbys are unlikely to interrupt, of course. The girl stood by uneasily watching the going-ons. "Hey, take it easy. I'm not looking for trouble." Is that supposed to be an apology? "On your knees and beg, pal." The man spat his gum onto the ground. What a jerk. Achi looked down at the glistening wad of gum on the sidewalk. His last shred of goodwill vanished. "You better pick that up. Right now." "What? Didn't you hear me? 'Cause I told you to get down on your knees and..." "Back! Back!" Achi's hand shot out, grabbing the man by the jaw. Whoa, easy, pal." The other man's bravado drained from his face. Achi tightened his grip on the brown-haired hustler's jaw. Sweat dripped from the man's reddening brow. I guess that's the noise. The man struggled, but Achi just tightened his grip. "Gum's a real pain in the ass to clean up after it's gone stuck to the street, you know?" Ever stop to consider that? "Wait, are you..." The other hustler's panicked eyes had fixed on Achi's chest. "Gah! Oh, crap! That shirt, man!" The guy's voice was starting to break. "That's Mean Clean!" His name is Mean Clean! His nickname is Mean Clean! A guy with a Mean Clean shirt! I like that shirt. That's actually a good shirt. A guy with a Mean Clean shirt carrying around a trash bag? That means you're... His face went pale. "Go... Mean Clean?" The other man echoed the words through his held-shut jaw, tears welling up in his eyes. "Get it right, pal." Achi clenched the man's jaw harder still. "It's Mean Clean." Ow! Ow! We're sorry, man. You're Achi, right? Dude, we honestly had no idea. Come on, man. You gotta cut us some slack. The man scrambled to snatch the wad of gum off the street, stuffing it into his pants pocket. Finally, Achi let go of his companion. The brown-haired hustler's face was twisted up with fear. Tears streamed down his cheeks. Gasping out hasty apologies, the two thugs scampered off. Hey, so... A shy smile came to the girl's face. We might as well figure out what they mean by that. Ryoko Kakanuma, a second-year student at Midiroyama Academy's law school. These hustlers managed to corner her while she was on her way to her part-time job at a cafe. It's a popular plot in a trashy e-novels for the main characters to fall in love with a hustler like these guys, but such things rarely happen in real life. Thank you for saving me. No, I apologize. Huh? The girl stared in surprise. You'll run into creeps like that now and then, but don't hold it against us. Shibuya is a good town. Yeah, okay. Achi gave her a quick wave, then turned and continued on his way down Dogenzaka. Look at this cool guy! Achi was Shibuya born and raised. He was keenly aware of all the changes the ward had seen since he was a kid. Grocery stalls in inconspicuous little side streets, tiny parks nestled between buildings. Achi knew it all like the back of his hand. Trash, human or otherwise, had no place in this town. Not on his watch. Ooh. I'm starting to like how they started out Achi. He's pretty cool. They're trying to make him the cool guy. I see that. Alright, Achi made his way down towards Shibuya Station. Throngs of people shuffled to and fro across the scramble. The view shifted constantly from one moment to the next, almost as if the city itself were alive. And if the city was a living thing, then Shibuya Station was its heart. With streets like Bunkamura Dori and Center Gai serving as the arteries pumping a bloodstream made of people. Today, as ever, the heart was pumping that blood to every nook and cranny of Shibuya. And there was Achi, just another part of this great urban organism. Or I was gonna say organization. I should have read it better. Guess I'm one of the city's white blood cells. Or wait, maybe I'm a red blood cell. I guess so. Speaking of blood cells, if you guys ever watched that anime called Cells at Work, I recommend you guys watching it. Very good anime. Hold on. Is that right? Or did I have it right the first time? White blood cells eliminate pathogens from the bloodstream. Red blood cells carry oxygen throughout the body. Achi was probably thinking of white blood cells. Of course. Emerging from his I actually don't know how to say that word. Rivera? He noticed a rather conspicuous young woman standing by the statue of Hachiko outside Shibuya Station. Oh, she's totally my type. What's he mean by that? To be up someone's alley, to be someone's cup of tea. What is this definition? Wonder if she's a model or a small-time actress or something. Looks like she's waiting for someone. Probably another guy. Dang. Good looking as she was, there was no way she wasn't already taken. What kind of guy scored a girl like that? Probably the rich-ass CEO of an IT company or something. Crouching down to tie out the trash bag, he continued gazing wistfully at the girl. Then he noticed something peculiar. She was carrying an attaché case, the kind a businessman might use. It was a large case, and apparently so heavy that she was struggling to hold it despite using both hands. Now what kind of... Oh, here's our choices! Now what kind of person makes a young lady lug around something heavy like that? Or B, Achi figured he'd offer to carry it for her, but first, I gotta dump this trash. He looked around to see there's a garbage bin nearby. Alright, here's what our guide tells us. You reach a decision point, yada yada. Let's have Achi not approach Otomi. Use, yep, I get it. Okay, so we'll choose this one, but first, I gotta dump this trash. Because we saw in the other scenario that he approached her immediately. So now we're gonna do the opposite in this scenario. But first, I gotta dump this trash. He looked around to see if there was a garbage bin nearby. Alright, and of course the guide is telling us, yeah, he won't get arrested by Kano, which changes the timeline. Yep, you'll no longer wind up at the bad end. So let's switch back to Kano's story using the time chart. What? Okay, what? Time chart? This came out of nowhere. Okay, this looks tight. So you can backtrack and fix certain timelines. Oh, that's cool. This is the time chart. It shows the protagonist's progression through the story. Decision points are marked with, those green arrows. Kano's fate has changed based on Achi's actions. Select Kano's 1030 block, then press X. All right. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, so I can do a timeline switch. We'll go back to Kano. Suspicious man. Okay. Now, Kano won't make that stupid interrogation option that he did against Achi. I suppose you would call it that. Kano gave a wry chuckle at his partner's lack of shame. There he is! Kuzu's voice chirped suddenly through Kano's earpiece. You make him look so obvious. The man in the black coat. He's not Japanese. Looks to be in his early 30s. Previously, Achi got mixed up with Kano and the police. I'm kind of reading the guide here. But now, another man has appeared instead. By changing what Achi did, you've also changed Kano's story. That's awesome. A foreign man had emerged from the crowd about 15 feet from where Atomi was standing. He made his way toward her, his expression blank. Wow, they made him so obvious. He didn't match the description Hitomi had given them, but Kano felt a jolt of nerves all the same. Maybe the kidnapper was using an accomplice to snatch the ransom payment. Alright. Sasayama raised an eyebrow. This may be our guy. This was it. Kano swallowed the lump in his throat. He bent his knees, ready for action. Blood rushed to his leg muscles, banishing the stiffness that had begun to take hold. Hey, do you speak English? I bet he'll say something weird like that to her. Was this the culprit? Or perhaps... The stranger took hold of the attaché case. It was him! Unmasked, the detectives began to close in. Let's go, Kano! On it! Sasayama and Kano leapt into action. But they never expected what happened next. With the case clutched in both arms, a man veered suddenly, running right toward them. Keep out! Oh! Are we done? Is this it? Kano's story has suddenly hit a keep out. Keep out refers to a point in a story where your progress is currently stopped. Oh, okay. In order to advance beyond keep out, you need to jump from another protagonist's story. At 10:30, Achi has the text, young man in a suit, set as red keywords. Checking these red keywords will allow you to jump from Achi's story back to Kano's. Now, head back to Achi's story and keep an eye out for that. Key phrase. Okay. Alright, so we have to stop on that timeline. Try following the story from Achi at 10:30. Approach the girl. So, we'll go back. Alright, so we got approach the girl. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So, now you can go back to that decision. The first decision and approach her. Oh, really? Oh, whoops. What did I do wrong? Huh? A man had come up beside the girl. Oh, okay. You had to choose the other decision back. Okay. He was dressed in black and he wasn't Japanese. Oh, so he noticed it too. It looked like they were having a conversation. Do you know how to speak English? I'm thinking of the, if you guys watch him Daisy's Persona 4 comic dub, it reminds me of the scene where one of the guys in the beginning of the comic was talking to Yukiko, asking him to be his lover. So it sounded like he'd say something like that, going, "Yukiko, would you be my lover?" It looks like some kind of scene like that from the comic. Anyways, that's just me referencing something. I hope you guys understood that reference. The girl nodded tensely at something the man said. Achi stared. Something tells me something tells me that's not her boyfriend. Oh, and you could see the detectives behind Achi. Nice. The girl handed the attaché case over to the man. He took hold of it with his right hand and began walking briskly away. Nice! Whoa! A nearby homeless man suddenly leapt over Achi and broke into a run as if he'd been waiting for this very moment. We all know the homeless man is Sasayama. I mean, I bet it's gonna say that. Yep. Sprinting alongside him was a young man in a suit. Okay, then he's talking about Kano. Some words in the text appear in red. Red text denotes important keywords that let you jump between different protagonists. Okay. So red means something's happening. You probably should click on it. This allows you to shift between characters at specific points. These can also allow you to clear out a keep out in another character's story and let you read on. If you come across red text, press square to underline it, then press X. Yep, you kind of figure. A window will appear allowing you to jump from one protagonist to another at that point, then press X to continue. Okay. Yep. Give it a try. All right, let's do this. Switch! By performing a jump from the screen, you can advance another protagonist story past a keep out. That's cool. All right, yep. All right, now we get to choose. Press OK. Switch! I like how they implement that switch. It looks awesome to actually watch it in action. Other than me narrating this whole thing. Let's go, Kano. On it. Sasayama and Kano leapt into action. You did it! Jump successful. In 428, you will often need to jump to get past another character's keep out. Jump from red keywords to clear a keep out. Keep this in mind as you would advance through the story. Okay, there won't be any more tutorial messages for a while. You get stuck somewhere, try changing protagonists or making different decisions to advance. Alright, so we're on our own. You can now use the time chart and the main menu. From the main menu, you can access gameplay, explanations, and adjust settings. Press triangle to open the time chart and options to open the main menu. Alright, let's do this, guys. We're on our own. But they never expected what happened next. With the case clutched in both arms, the man suddenly veered, running right toward them. What? Catching sight of the two detectives, the suspect staggered to a halt, then bolted off in a new direction. Kano whipped off his costume glasses and followed in hot pursuit. He just threw it up in the air. At the crosswalk, the signal changed to red, and the flow of foot traffic abruptly halted. Just as quickly, hundreds of cars all lurched back into motion. Oh snap, there we go. There was no escape from the culprit now. Or so it appeared. The converging cops slowed their pace, confident their man was cornered. Then the foreigner barreled straight into the intersection, dodging between the oncoming cars without any hesitation. The mob of detectives came to a halt, not eager to rush to their deaths along with him. Kano, however, remained in hot pursuit, charging into the traffic at the crossing. Kano, are you crazy? Come back! Kano heard Sasayama shouting, but his feet kept carrying him onward. Oh my goodness. It's a chase! With shouts and sirens echoing all around him, Kano closed in on the foreigner. Just a little closer. Just a little closer and he'd be in tackling range. He leaned forward, preparing to pounce, his eyes fixed on the culprit's feet. It was now or never. Kano, back off! Don't take him down! It was Kuze shouting through Kano's earpiece? Huh? Kano hesitated in surprise. Had he really just been ordered not to apprehend the criminal? Let him go for now. The real purpose someplace else. Okay, what does he mean by that? Oh, yeah, yeah. Technical jargon, yada yada. What had happened to the plan? He'd been told that all personnel were to secure the area ASAP. Didn't HQ want them to catch the perpetrator? Arrest team, stay on the foreigner's tail. Forensics team, get busy cross-referencing photos. Really? Well, this is an interesting twist. Even if this foreigner was only an underling hired for this one task, the police had now tipped their hand that they'd been lying in wait. If they didn't lock things now and get more info on the kidnapper, a girl's life might be at stake. Kano recalled another maxim from his dick diary. Dictum number 12. Always assume a worst case scenario. If Kuzi had told him to let this guy go, that implied he was counting on the team that was now in position. But if the crook had planned a way to break through the police dragnet and escape with the ransom, and he succeeded, what was the right call here? Should he take this guy down or back off after all? Alright, what kind of choice am I going to make? You know what? Let's go after the perp. Let's catch him ASAP. Letting the perp escape now is too big of a risk. He had to catch this guy ASAP. The man darted down a narrow alleyway. Kano ran faster. The man sprinted through the side streets. Evidently, he knew his way around Shibuya pretty well. Eep! Someone's taken Hitomi! Oh no. Kano recognized Kuzei's trademark squawk immediately. Subject is male. He appears to be carrying a gun. Wow. He's fleeing in the direction of Meiji Dori. What? Kano could hardly believe it. Hitomi had been kidnapped. Had she been abducted by whoever had taken Maria? But why? Someone must have been waiting for the moment when the police took their eyes off her. Something's very wrong here. What in the world is going on? Kano saw that the road forked up ahead. The man with the attaché case ran to the left. If the man who'd taken Hitomi was heading toward Meiji Dori, there was a good chance he'd gone down one of the alleyways off to the right. Making a snap judgment, Kano told the detective behind him to follow a case snatcher, then turned and headed down the nearest alleyway. After darting through the side streets, he spotted a different man, another foreigner, crossing an intersection a few dozen meters ahead. The man was dressed in black, just like the guy who grabbed the ransom money. Kuzei's right. The kidnapper wasn't acting alone. But wait, something was amiss. Hitomi isn't with him. Where was she? Kano skidded around the corner, then stopped short. The man in black was standing there, pointing a gun right at him. Before Kano could react, the man fired. Oh, Kano! Kano felt hot all over, as if he were on fire. All except for his cheek pressed against the asphalt and the palms of his hands. They felt so cold. There was nothing he could do. Nothing that is except lie there and watch as his killer turned and walked away. Oh no, bad end! Shot by a foreigner. But trying to find the man who'd taken Hitomi, oh man. What? Have Achi make the choice to talk to Hitomi instead at 10:35. What? Alright, so now we gotta switch it up a little bit. We got bad end. We gotta go back here. The girl by Hachiko approached the girl. Young man in a suit. He said turn. Okay, so we can have him, since the timeline is 10:35, we can have him approach the girl. Alright. First look, okay, press to go back and reread sections you've already played through to scroll ahead through the text you've already read. Press down when rewinding, advancing like this. A page will sometimes appear in the upper left corner. Press X while this is being displayed. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, let's try that. What kind of person makes a young lady carry something like that? So we'll do that option. The girl kept shifting her grip. It was clearly a strain for her to keep holding the case, but she didn't set it down. Whatever was inside, it had to be something pretty important. Achi made his way over to her, bristling inward at whoever had left her waiting like this. If I were you, I'd bust the head of that punk that's kept you waiting. Huh? That thing looks heavy. Let me carry it for you. The girl stared back at Achi with wide eyes, but said nothing. Really, I'm happy to help. I'm not going to steal it or anything. His tone was hurried, and he impulsively reached for the attaché case. An instant later, a group of men descended him from all sides. Whoa, hey, what the hell? Oh, this is the other ending, Jesus. What's up with their face? The guy on the left, way left, his eyeballs are just out there. For an instant, Achi froze, unable to process just what was happening. Oh, he got tackled. He tried to run, but the men shoved him unceremoniously to the ground and held him there. They were shouting about something or other, but he couldn't make out their words. The more he tried to struggle, the harder they held him down. What the hell is this? You can tell us that. You can't tell us that down at the precinct. A man in a suit knelt alongside him, flashing a police badge. What? You're arresting me? The heck did I even do? Instead of answering, they shoved Achi into the backseat of a patrol car. He gazed dejectedly out of the window. You could still see the girl. She didn't have the case anymore. Now she was talking to a man with a cane. Was he the person that she'd been waiting for? Oh, that's new. I didn't notice that guy. A moment later, the car turned the corner and the two of them slipped out of view. Achi slumped back in the seat, sulking and silent. I'm going to get a bad end as well, I can see. Several hours passed. After a bunch of pointless questioning, the police finally determined he was innocent, and his father came to pick him up. For a long while, Achi just stared intently out the window of the car. Finally, his father caught his attention. The old man seemed to be in surprisingly good mood despite having to collect his son from the jailhouse. Achi, there's something I want to talk to you about. If it's about me taking over the shop, now is not the time, okay? No, it's not that. Look, let's just get home first. Sure, don't feel like going out today anyways. But now I'm curious, what do you want to talk about? I got some good news. I think you'll be pleased. I'm not sure I like the sound of that. Please don't tell me you're getting remarried or something. Dad, I really don't like the sound of that. And so began a very long conversation. That's kind of creepy. Bad end. Okay, so I did get the bad end on this one too. Yeah, I already made that decision. So I think what I need to do is I need to go back to Kano and make the decision to turn back. So let's go up here. Or I need to do that jump. So let's do that. Come in the station. No. So I'm going to do that choice thing again. Alright, so I'm going to go back to... I gotta dump the trash. I wish I could do a fast skip on this because we read this already. Okay, so we saw that. There's a man coming in, blah, blah, blah. Yuki, do you want to be my lover? Oh, sorry. That Him Daisy comic is so hilarious. Alright, so come on. Let me get to the red text. Homeless man. Yep. We're waiting for that red text to show up. Okay, there we go. So, we'll choose and we're gonna jump. Yep, we're gonna make that jump. Alright, we're going through that. Yada yada. Hot pursuit, gotcha. The man jukes him. Go through the intersection. I wish there's an option where you could like skip the scene here, or like the page, I guess. All right, yep. He's chasing him. We should be able to get the option here pretty soon. All right, here we go. Kuze's calling him. Alright, so the real perp, as we saw from Achi's end, was probably a guy with the cane. So we're going to see if we can change the option that I chose here. Okay. Yep. Yes, I know, dick dictum. I think maybe we shouldn't be following the dick dictums because they've got me into a lot of trouble. Alright, we're not gonna follow him, so we'll let the other officer handle him while Kano gets his job done. So, Kuze instructions had been clear. Let the other officers chase after the guy. Kano had his own job to do. He broke off his pursuit, pointing the next wave of detectives in the direction the foreigner had fled. So that would help us avoid his death from the other person that shot him. Kano had almost gotten close enough to get a good look at the guy's face, but if Kuze had ordered him to let the guy go, well, his boss should know what he was doing. The perp was someone else's problem now. He had just ceased his pursuit when Kuze's panicked voice sounded shrill in his ear. Eep! Someone's taking Hitomi! Alright, now we're going back. Kano recognized Kuze's trademark squawking immediately. Subject is male. He appears to be carrying a gun. He's fleeing in the direction of Meiji Dori. What? Kano could hardly believe it. Hitomi had been kidnapped. Had she been abducted by whoever had taken Maria? But why? Someone must have been waiting for the moment when the police took their eyes off her. Something's very wrong here. What in the world is going on? Kano hurried to search for the man who'd taken Hitomi. If he was heading toward Meiji Dori, there was a good chance he'd gone down one of the... Oh no, wait. Isn't this the same scenario? After darting through the side streets, he spotted a different man, another foreigner, crossing an intersection. Both choices lead to the guy with the gun? Oh my goodness, bad end. Jesus. Okay, I think I know what I'm supposed to do. So I need to go back to Achi and and probably just continue the dialogue without jumping, because both options lead to Kano dying no matter what. So we're gonna yep, let's get out of this. Yep. Jeez. Okay. So we're gonna do the same choice, but this time we're not gonna do a jump. I think that's the right choice. Alright, so let's choose Bert. I gotta dump the trash. Yep. Well, this is what I kind of like, trial and error. So you know what you did wrong, and you go through all the options that are given to you till you kind of figure it out on your own. I kind of like these type of games. Alright, so this time we're not going to jump. We're just going to keep going with the dialogue, because I think that's what the hint was hinting at when I died the first time. So we'll just keep going, and we'll just let the dialogue go through. Alright, first one, then another one, a third, a fourth, a fifth, over a dozen now. What the heck? Clearly something big was going down. Were they after the attaché case? Within moments, Achi lost sight of them all through the crowd. With that many people chasing him, the guy with the case was sure to get away. But wait, what about that girl? Achi turned back around. The girl was still there. She was staring in the direction that the man who'd taken the case had gone, a worried expression on her face. Achi couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong. Maybe you should go talk to her and ask what was going on. Or option B, another crazy day in Shibuya. They had to be shooting a scene for a film on location. It would probably be a mistake to intrude. No, we're going to intrude. We know what happens. Some guy in a cane comes by, or someone with a gun. Achi couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong. Maybe he should talk to her and ask what was going on. But just as he was making up his mind, a middle-aged man in a ratty business suit shuffled awkwardly over to her first. The guy with the cane! There he is! Was there something wrong with one of his legs? He was using a cane to walk. Then one of his hands slipped into his jacket pocket. Achi could scarcely believe his eyes. Oh, he's the one with the gun? A revolver? Suddenly, a young man came running through the crowd. Seeing him, the man with the cane turned on his heel and vanished in the scramble. Something big was going down. What is all this? The young man was closing in on the girl, his expression grim. That guy's up to no good. Achi sprang into motion. Hiya! No! Leaping high, Achi delivered a flying kick right between the man's shoulder blades. The guy went down, but recovered surprisingly fast, spinning back to his feet to grapple with Achi. What the hell is your problem? What the hell is your problem, man? Achi snapped. The two stood staring each other down as the crowd swirled around them. Let go of me! You let go of me first. After you let go of me, sure. You first, pal. Don't you call me pal, man. Don't call me man, pal. Neither man was willing to yield. The crowd had parted to avoid the scuffle. Passerby were staring from all sides. Well, crap. Achi got a sudden sinking feeling. What the hell am I even doing? Jumped in over my head, as usual. Oh no, is this another bad end? His anger melted away. He loosened his grip. Without further argument, the other man let go of Achi's jacket. Turning quickly away, the stranger hurried over to the statue of Hachiko, where he dropped to his knees, dejected. The girl who'd been standing there was nowhere to be seen. Maybe this was the guy she'd been waiting on. The guy was clearly upset that she was missing. Achi actually felt kind of bad for him. He decided it would be wise to leave while the guy's attention was elsewhere. Whew! He hurried back along the road to his house. The wind had gotten out of his sails, and he didn't feel much like cleaning up trash anymore. Oh well, guess I'll read some manga and go to bed. Oh my goodness. Better play it safe before the day got any worse. No! Tussle with the stranger. Okay, what's the hint on this? Achi interference. Oh my goodness. If Achi hadn't acted on impulse when he saw Kano. But how can you make sure Kano doesn't return to the scramble and start? The key lies further in Kano's story. Okay, there was that other option where he could leave and alright, let's do the what's the deal option again. Wow. I was getting the bad end. I don't know if I'm ever gonna find an ending to this. Well, we keep recording here. I want to make sure we get to the end. This is just a demo too. I'll choose that option. Another crazy day in Shibuya. Alright. Another crazy day in Shibuya. They had to be shooting a scene for a film on location. It would probably be a mistake to intrude. Oh no, it's playing that music. I must have made a bad choice again. Yeah, I bet that's what it is. Some TV show about kidnapping. The girl has to make the ransom handoff. And there's probably some actor looking around here playing the suave, handsome detective. Achi gave a chuckle and turned away. A soothing breeze blew by as the wispy clouds drifted overhead. They picked a nice day for a shoot. Smiling inwardly, he resumed his trash-picking mission, wondering what other surprises the day would hold. This is where I could probably make a jump. A few moments later, he heard a loud bang and the scramble went into an uproar. Huh? Someone blow a tire? People were running all around directions to see what had made the sound. Or maybe they're shooting an action scene now. Achi was a tad bit curious, but he strode away from the scramble without looking back. Maybe he'd head back out to Yatsuya today to stretch his legs a bit. What is going on? It was best not to get distracted. There was trash that needed collecting. Oh no. That's another bad end. No! Your future is garbage. I did! Last time he kicked him. This all led to a bad end. This is gonna be hard, guys. So I guess when you show the highlight, it says the last choice that you chose to get these endings, I guess, to follow or not. Oh, this is gonna be hard. This is definitely gonna be hard because Kano gets shot at the end, shot by a foreigner. Oh my goodness! What was the hint? If the criminal hadn't been able to get near Hitomi, she probably wouldn't have been taken. Have Achi make the choice to talk to Hitomi instead at 10:35. Alright, so I'll do that again and have him try to talk to her because this is the 10:35 option, isn't it? Yeah, so I did choose that first option. That's what I did. Yeah, because we saw the middle-aged man. Alright, what do I do in between this? Alright, so... I wonder, can I... This is so weird. Like, I remember choosing this option too, but I never got an option to jump when Kano came running. So, I'm going to pick that option again, I guess. Alright, so we talked to her. They got... Maybe I missed a text I wasn't aware of. Something wrong, yada yada. Okay, so he's got the revolver, yep. Yep. Self-defense, yada yada. Okay. I had him talk though. What would be the good end, or have us keep continuing? This is so weird. Tussle with a bad stranger? What the hell is going on? So I made that choice last night. Is it gonna give me another red text or something? Alright, so I'm gonna go back. And maybe it's gonna follow that storyline. Maybe that's it. So I have to get bad endings to further the story, maybe. Okay, so let's get a good look at the... But if Kuze had ordered him... Okay, so we're just gonna keep going. Yep. Read this part already. Maybe it's gonna give me a different option. Okay, it did. So it did change it. Alright, so I do have to get bad endings to keep going further in the story. Okay, Kano headed back to the scramble and took up his post again. So we know what's going to happen. He's going to get stopped by Achi. Hitomi still standing at the handout point, staring weirdly in the direction that the suspect had fled. No doubt she was wondering why, all of a sudden, the police had decided to let the guy go. Kano jogged over to Hitomi, but before he could reassure her... this part happened. A sudden blow from behind sent him sprawling to the ground. Kano's mind fluttered rage as he scrambled back to his feet. What the hell? He spun around to find himself grappling with a belligerent young man. What the hell is your problem? Kano snapped. What the hell is your problem? The stranger shot back. Let go of me. You let go of me first. After you let go of me, sure. You first, pal. Don't you call me pal, man. Okay, yeah, I read most of that last time. Yeah, then we're gonna see Kano go up to the statue. The crowd had begun to stare. Not good. He was causing a scene in public, blowing his cover in the middle of an important case. This was neither the time nor place for some dumb random quarrel. Even as he came to his senses, Kano felt the strength ebb from the stranger's grip. He pushed the man away and quickly turned back toward Hitomi. And of course she's gone. We see in his perspective. She was gone. He scanned the area for any sign of her, but she had vanished without a trace. Kuze's mobile command center had also disappeared. What did I miss? The blood drained from Kano's face. The investigation had left him utterly behind. There wasn't even any signal on his radio. They must have switched frequencies while he was caught up in the tussle. Kano turned back to confront the troublemaker. Oh no, he was gone too. Kano spun on his heel searching, but the young man was nowhere in sight. The attaché case, Hitomi, the troublemaker, he'd lost all three. Right out of the staring gate, he'd bungled the entire operation. He should have left Tatino to look after Hitomi and gone after the attaché case himself. What the hell was he doing? Kano felt his self-confidence ebbing away like water. Maybe it's time to move back to the sticks. Maybe Tokyo is too fast-paced for a screw-up like me. He had no idea what to do next, and so he just stood there, frozen. Already drafting his letter of resignation in his head. Oh, another bad end. Alright, so we got that. Lost sight of the kidnapper. Okay. Alright, what's the hint this time? If he had chased... Kano had lost sight of Hitomi because of his scuffle with Achi Endo. If he had chased after the thief who took the attaché case, this probably wouldn't have happened. Go back to Kano's 10:30 timestamp and try making a different choice. What? If he had chased after the thief who took the attaché case, this probably wouldn't have happened. Go back to Kano's 10:30 timestamp and try making a different choice. Are you serious? I saw him die in the last one. But I had him follow and he had a bad end. Oh, there's the jump. Oh, no. Damn it. That's not it. What's the deal? Tussle with the stranger. Okay. Why did they hint at Kano going back to 10:30? Alright, I'll choose the follow option. Maybe something else would change. Alright, so we'll do the follow option that they hinted at. Alright, the man darted down a narrow alleyway. Kano ran faster. The man sprinted through the side streets. Evidently he knew his way. Yep, so he knew about that. Oh, this is different. He noticed two people over by a trash pile. At first, they appeared to be a young couple. Then, looking more closely, he realized... Oh, my goodness. Okay, it switched up on us. Okay. Then, looking more closely, he realized that the girl was Hitomi. Mr. Kuze, I've located Hitomi Osawa. The couple took off running, the rough-looking guy dragging Hitomi by the hand. She's with a man in his 20s. It looks like she's being led away against her will. Clarify, please. Kuze demanded. What's going on? I'm not sure, but was this guy a member of some criminal group? It looked like the two were running away from something. Alright, we'll handle the foreigner. You go after Hitomi. Got it. Kano was spraying into action. Stop right there! The young man glanced back at Kano, but rather than stopping, he picked up speed, continuing to drag Hitomi along with him. She didn't seem quite able to keep up. Kano knew he had to catch them. He tried to close the distance in a sprint. After a short distance, the young man stopped, realizing he couldn't outrun his pursuer. Is this it? Is this the good end? Shielding Hitomi behind him, he glowered at Kano. Why did you run off? Kano demanded. Because you were chasing us. A blatant lie? People didn't just bolt like that without a good reason. The young tough started edging away, keeping Hitomi behind him. Kano followed. Look, just let the girl go. The guy glanced back at Hitomi. She shook her head, fearfully. Maybe this troublemaker had warned her to keep her mouth shut. You've got this, Kano. Just don't let them out of your sight. Gah! A sudden blow to the top of his head left him staggering. Oh, he got knocked out. His eyes spun as he reeled with vertigo. There was a flapping sound and a vague black shape wheeled above him. Was that a crow? Oh, is he saying? Oh, his book. It flew up. He got whacked from behind? It was the last thing Kano saw before his vision went dark. Oh my goodness, bad end. So, was that a crow? What a hint. But Achi only came this way because he thought it was the quickest way to escape with Hitomi. If he'd gone for the police box instead, things might have gone differently. The key is what Achi does at 10:35. Oh my goodness. It keeps switching up on us. Okay, so we got that ending. And we'll go back at 10:35. So now that with that other timeline, we know that he was chasing the guy and he saw them. So now we're gonna do the same option again and choose to talk with. So your bad ending actually determines the timeline, and then you could switch out afterwards to get another option. It's so weird, but you have to actually get those bad endings to change the timeline. Alright, so we'll choose option A this time because we remember the guy with the cane. So this time he's probably gonna dart after her and go into a chase with Kano in the other timeline. Whew. Confusing, but we got it. Okay, let's see. Oh no! Damn it. How do I cancel that? I chose the wrong one. Oh no, I gotta change the timeline now. Jeez. I messed it up. Ah, no! Okay, dump the trash. Okay, I gotta... Yep. I just wish I could skip it. Alright, we already got the other timeline with Kano, so I'm just gonna leave that one alone. And we're not gonna do a jump. I just wanted to play out so that we have him get another option in here so that he can talk to her after the police left. So, man, I'm making a lot of mistakes. This video is supposed to be about 40 minutes. I'm gonna see if I can try and finish it out here. There you go. That's the option I wanted. Let's go talk to her. And that will probably change the timeline. Yep, the middle-aged man. This is where he probably grabs her hand and actually runs with her. gun, a revolver. In the other timeline, Kano should be chasing the pursuit. Okay, yep, they changed it, so you can see the gun being aimed at her. With a single fluid motion, the man lifted up the gun and pointed it in the girl's direction. He was aiming right for her head. Huh? The girl had noticed the man with the cane now. Seeing the gun pointed right at her, she froze in fear. Achi didn't hesitate. Breaking into a full run, he tackled the gunman with all his might. Caught off guard, I know they wanted an extra F in there. Off guard, the man sprawled to the pavement. But the would-be assassin kept hold of his weapon and quickly scabbered back to his feet. Achi knew he had to act fast. He grabbed the ashen girl face by the arm and attempted to drag her away. "This way," he shouted. She just stared at him, uncomprehending, trembling like a startled animal. "Come on, run!" Finally, the girl snapped out of her daze and gave a fearful nod. The police box. Okay, so that option told us to go to the police box last time. The police box, let's go! Still pulling the girl by the hand, Achi headed for the police box outside the train station. But it was empty. There was always policemen staffing these things. Why did it have to be unmanned now? Achi flashed a worried glance behind him and saw the assassin in pursuit like a man possessed. Yikes, this is not good. There was nothing they could do but run. With the frightened girl in tow, Achi ran beneath the JR Yamanote Line railway overpass. "Don't worry, just trust me," he told her. But first, they sped past a convenience store where an employee was cleaning up the side while he gave him the trash bag while running. "Here, take this, will ya?" Achi tossed over the bag of trash. "Huh? Wait, what?" "This way." They slipped through the crowd and into a nearby back alley. "But this way's a dead end," the girl said, breathlessly. "Like I said, just trust me." Stopping abruptly, Achi kicked down a wooden plank covering a gap between two buildings, clearing a space that a person could fit through. "See? We could get away through here. In you go!" But the girl just stood there looking terrified. "What's the matter?" Achi asked. "Come on, we gotta hurry." But I... She looked at him as if he too was about to pull a gun on her. He could hardly blame her. After all, he was just some random guy who had turned up out of nowhere. But this was no time for dawdling. The man with the cane appeared at the end of the alley. If they just stood there, he was going to catch them. "Okay, sweetheart, hear me out," he said in a rush. "The name's Achiendo. I live in the neighborhood, and I'm not the kind to stand idly by when a girl is being chased by some killer. So please, just trust me, and I'll do my best to keep you safe." He hoped the look in his eyes could convince her he was being on the level. After a painfully long moment, the girl nodded her acceptance. Phew! "Right, let's start with this." They had paused beside an enormous stack of beverage crates. With a quick shove, Achi knocked the whole pile down, cascading across the pursuer's path. Now that was a close call. The man with the cane was floundering, struggling to get past the fallen crates. I don't know if his leg was bad, but the guy is literally running with a cane, so maybe his leg isn't that bad. "My bad, man," Achi called out. "Mind cleaning that up for me?" The man scowled back at them and fumbled for his gun. Achi flashed them a wave goodbye, then slipped away between the buildings with the girl. "Ha ha! Take that." Man, this is a long demo. Like I mentioned, I am going to see if I can try and just finish it up with this part, this video here. I just want to make a two-part video because the game is actually out. I just wanted to mention that if you guys are actually listening to all my narration here. Hurrying down a narrow alley, they emerged onto a side street lined with dive bars and clubs. Assuming the man with the cane hadn't given up, he would probably lie in wait on the path back to the main road. Achi decided their best bet was to try to stay inconspicuous rather than risk getting caught on the move. "Guess we can lie low here for a bit," he said. He led the girl to the entrance of a tiny old hostess club. She followed him reluctantly. Hostess Club. Achi flicked the switch inside the front door and a chintzy chandelier glowed to life. He sat the girl down on the small sofa beside the counter. She gave him a worried look. Achi felt a pang of embarrassment as he realized what she must be thinking. Oh no, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not going to try any funny business. Someone I know used to run this place. It's not in business anymore, so I figure we're safe here. The girl chuckled at his evident discomfort. Alright then, she said. So, we good? We're good. Okay, well, good. Achi made a vague attempt to straighten his disheveled clothes. So, how about some introductions? I'm Achi Endo, like I said earlier. You can just call me Achi. I'm Hitomi Osawa. You can call me Hitomi, I guess. With each new word out of Hitomi's mouth, Achi felt his heart sing. She was charming, personable. Just about everything about her was captivating. Achi had never met another girl like her. Oh, how sweet. Achi? What? Is something the matter? You were spacing out there for a bit. Achi shook his head to dispel his gaze. Been staring at her too long, huh? Damn it, this is no time to get all starry-eyed. He needed to think of some way to keep her safe from the guy who was after her. Look, can you tell me what the heck is going on? Please, I need to know if I'm going to help you. Right, okay. I'm not really sure where to begin. Hitomi looked down, lost in thought. Apparently, hers was a long story. Alright, she said at last. I guess I'll just explain things as they happen. Wait, hold up. Could you keep it as simple as you can? I guess you can't take complicated complicated plots and stuff in her story. I mean, I'm not really the sharpest tool in the shed. I get the idea. Complicated explanations ain't exactly my strong suit. Okay, Hitomi chuckled. I'll try my best. She got comfortable and then started her story. So, last night somebody abducted my sister. The kidnapper demanded that I make the ransom handoff personally. He told me to stand by the statue of Hachiko in Shibuya at 10 o'clock in the morning to make the exchange. So I did. And this man came by and... Oh, wow. Hey, why did it skip that? I didn't get to read that. Whoa, I'm sorry. Hold up a sec. Achi had suddenly lost the thread of the conversation. I did too! Could you say that again, but like, simpler? Huh? Sure. I'm just having trouble following, is all. I mean, is this the plot to some movie or some soap opera? No, that's not. Or some kind of hidden camera show? This is real. This really happened. The look in Hitomi's eyes was dead serious. She's gotta be telling the truth. What would be the point of lying? And he had seen the attaché case and the gunman himself. How much was the ransom, if you don't mind me asking? Hitomi hesitated. 50 million yen, she said after a moment. Achi gave a whistle of amazement. The detectives told me that was a typical amount for a kidnapper to ask for. It's plenty, that's for sure. I guess there's good money in that sort of thing. As soon as the words were out, he realized his blunder. Sorry, I shouldn't have put it that way. He fidgeted awkwardly, and Hitomi looked away. I'm an idiot. But, okay, I think I get this kidnapping thing. So I'm guessing those guys who chased the guy who took the ransom were undercover cops. Oh, yep, adding up. He replayed the scene in his head. But then, the kidnapper took the attaché case and ran, right? So if you were empty-handed, why'd that guy with the cane come after you? I'm honestly not sure. Hitomi's words trailed off. This was clearly difficult for her to talk about. Anyway, we should probably get you to the police as soon as we... No, we can't do that! Hitomi's tone was resolute. I can't take this to the police. Why not? Achi waited for an answer, but none came. After a long and awkward silence, she stood up from her seat. I really appreciate the help, but I should go now. She gave Achi a deep bow. Nah, hold on. What do you mean, go? Go where? He hurried to intervene as she headed for the door. I don't want to cause you any more trouble. I'll figure the rest out on my own somehow. Hey, I said, hold on! Hitomi ignored him and opened the door, and their argument came to an abrupt halt. Oh no! He caught up! Standing there was the man with the cane, his revolver in his hand. Bad end? To be continued! Alright, we finished it. We finished the demo! Achi Zendo's 10 o'clock story ends here. However, Shinya Kanyo still has more to do. Read along further in Kano's story. Oh, okay. So we're not done yet. So we're done with Achi Zen. So let's go to Kano! Tailing the Foreigner. The man, okay, yep, the chasing. So he doesn't see, Hitomi this time. Or, not Hitomi, yeah, I think it is Hitomi. No, her sister's Maria Osawa. It's so confusing. So anyways, now he's chasing the Foreigner. The man's in a different timeline, and he didn't stop Achi. So now we're going on to this storyline. Or timeline. The man shot out onto a major thoroughfare, then bolted up a pedestrian's bridge. Just where the heck was this guy heading? Halfway across the bridge, the man stopped abruptly. Cautious, Kano stopped as well. What? His face. Height, roughly 190 centimeters. Age, in the 30s. Hair, dark brown. Clothing, all black, really suspicious, and that face. A moment later, the man flashed a triumphant sneer and he held up the attaché case. Before Kano could even yell stop, it was already too late. The man threw the attaché case down to the roadway below. No! Panicking, Kano appeared over the railing. A man on a motorcycle was waiting beneath the bridge. Wow! I've been had! Kano bit his lip hard. Damn it! Kano sprinted back down the bridge. Hearing the bike's engine roar to life, he had to make it in time. No! He got away! What about the other guy? You probably should have just kept on him. Descending the stairs 4 at a time, he leapt toward the roadway, but the bike sped out of reach and roared away in the direction of Yoyogi, leaving Kano in its dust. Looking back up at the overpass, he saw the man who thrown the attaché case running away. Wow, he let 2 suspects get away. He handed the money off to someone else. He's currently on a motorcycle heading toward Yoyogi. His report to Kuze complete. Kano slumped down in dismay. The cops had played right into the criminal's hands. Now the crooks were getting away, and people's lives were in danger. Was there any greater failure for a policeman? Staring off into the distance where the man who thrown the case had disappeared, Kano gritted his teeth. Ugh, my voice. My throat is getting dry. Is it going to say to be continued? Yep, there it is. Okay, now we finally beat this demo. You finished reading both characters' stories for the hour of 10. I don't know. I guess 10 o'clock, yeah. And 4:28, you'll make your way through all the protagonists' stories in parallel like this. Once everyone has reached the end of a given hour, the next hour can begin. Oh my goodness. That's crazy, guys. That is crazy. What's with the banana, man? 428. All right, so that is pretty much the end of the demo. So I do want to mention, I did say this earlier in my narration, but the game is actually out. Oh, they give you a nice little thank you screen for playing. So anyways, the game is already out, and it came out September 4th. So definitely pick it up if you like these type of visual novel games that have you check the timelines for each character and then go back and replay them again to get a different scenario. But anyways, thanks a lot for listening to my narration and watching this. I guess it's kind of like gameplay, but it's more like me reading most of the time. But thanks a lot for checking out this Let's Play. And you guys just have a classy day. Peace out.